Stuck with little to no answers about how she died, but they told me she was attacked while out at a bar on 6th Street, and that attack was captured on video. But after that, no one heard from her again. Now the family says she had gone out with friends on Saturday, but on Sunday morning when they didn't hear from her, they called Tiera's phone. But her friends answered and said they had her belongings. Tiera's loved ones say it wasn't like her to leave without her things. Now, the family did file a report with Austin police the next day, which APD did confirm to KVUE. However, her family feels not enough was done.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I have another story, and this story is about a young lady named Tiera Strand. Now Tiera Strand was a 25-year-old woman that enjoyed life. She was loving, nurturing, and fun to be around. Tiera also had a 6-year-old daughter, and Tiera was going back to school to get her high school diploma. Tiera had dreams of joining the Navy. That's what she wanted to do to provide a best life for her 6-year-old daughter. Now, Tiera family described her as a loving, nurturing person, and she was fun and wonderful to be around. This is what Tiera's mother had to say about the night Tiera lost her life.
You don't ever want to experience, because I have to stay strong to try to find my daughter.
Tiera's family says she was last seen at this bar on 6th Street on Sunday, April 16th at 2:30 a.m.
Some girls in the club jumped her, so I started beating her up inside the club. They kicked her out, and the fight went outside.
Her family says this video shows the tail end of that fight, and that the girls Tiera went to the club with didn't help her.
I don't want to assume anything because I don't have any proof. But I mean, all I know is what they did to her. When they first told me what happened, I really didn't understand it. It wasn't until I met them, and they gave me all of her items, and that's what really, that's when it set in that something was wrong. Because it didn't make sense for you to be here, but she's not. And you have all of her personal belongings. It's not like her to leave her bank card that she works hard for.
25-year-old Tiera Strand disappeared less than a week ago, and this morning, authorities say they found her body 70 miles away from Austin.
Now, April 16th, Tiera will go out with a couple of her friends. She will upload pictures on her social media and just take pictures of her and her friends in the mirror. Now, April deserved to have fun, and that's what she did the night of April 16, 2023. April and her friends decided to go out to a bar. Unfortunately, April would get in an altercation with a couple of other girls where they would jump her inside of this bar. Now, unfortunately, cameras wouldn't show inside of the bar, but Tiera, the other girls, and other people got put out of the bar after the fight. Now, Tiera went out the back door, and the other people went out the front. Some kind of way, they all connected again, and another fight broke out in the street at the bar. Now, cameras caught this on camera. So you can see Tiera in an altercation with other girls, and a little bit of her friends were just standing there watching or joining in. It looked like it, allegedly. Now, Tiera's friends stated that Tiera afterwards walked off and turned a corner where they started to follow Tiera. And once they got to the corner where Tiera was at, she was magically gone. Now, Tiera would be missing. On Sunday, her family started getting worried because they haven't heard from Tiera, and her friends didn't either. So Tiera's mother calls Tiera's phone, and one of the friends that she went out with picked up, stating that Tiera left her belongings with them, her keys, her purse, and her phone. Weird, right? So now her mother is really worried, and Tiera is nowhere to be found. April 18th, Tiera's sister posts a video and post stuff on social media, just letting people know she was looking for her sister. They were worried, and if anybody have any type of information, to please contact the investigators or her mother or other people. Now, Tiera still wasn't found. Unfortunately, her family was missing her, and this is what some of her family and friends stated.
With just hours before, we're smiling with, laughing with, enjoying with, just stood there and watched that happen to you. And then they have the audacity to come to her mother and say, well, we tried to follow her, but she just wanted to walk away. She wanted to be by.
Now, April the 21st, on a Friday in the morning, a bystander wound up seeing a body. They called authorities, and authorities came to the scene and found out that this was Tiera. Now, Tiera was found 70 miles away from where she was. Tiera lived in Austin, Texas, so none of this added up. How could Tiera get from all the way from Austin, Texas on 6th Street by the club always 70 miles away in Bells County? Was weird. Now, her grandfather said that he received a phone call, and this is what he described.
It has been a painful process to get the phone call to say that Tiera's missing, and then to not hear from her for days on end, and then to finally get a call that says, we found your daughter, we found your granddaughter, and but she's deceased.
After day 5, I started feeling like we were never gonna find her. And then Friday, when they found her, I felt relief and so much anger at the same time.
I feel devastated, heartbroken. Tiera meant so much to our family. She was just everything to us, and to have her taken away is really painful.
It's hard to put it into words, just knowing how much pain she probably was in before, she passed. I think that it's indescribable. I just pray for her baby girl, and we are going to make sure she knows how much her mother loved her. And we're not going to stop until we find who did this.
Everybody was relieved that they found Tiera, but at the same time, they was devastated. The family and friends described Tiera so beautifully. They said she was free-hearted and she wasn't afraid to express who she was through her hair and makeup. Tiera family was so devastated, and unfortunately, still no answers for them. Now, the medical examiners took Tiera's body to do an autopsy, and later on, that autopsy came back. The medical examiners could not determine what happened to Tiera. So the family was even more lost, to the point where they hired a private investigator to figure out what actually happened that night to Tiera. Unfortunately, till this day, Tiera crime still hasn't been solved. And hopefully, Tiera family gets answers soon. We are going to pray for Tiera's 6-year-old daughter and also Tiera's family. Tiera didn't deserve it. In my opinion, you have to be careful who you hang around. Now, Tiera probably thought that these friends had her back until the end, but unfortunately, this night proved to Tiera that they didn't have her back at all. Now, when I seen the video a little bit, it seems like the friend that had the blonde and black hair with the black on was trying to calm Tiera down. I could be wrong, and this is allegedly that her friends joined into the fight. But Tiera family sees this in their own eyes, and they feel like that the friends know more than what they told. Now, of course, Tiera's mother did meet up with the girls to get Tiera's belongings. And unfortunately, that's when she realized something was really wrong. And a mother's intuition is never wrong. It was something wrong. She had now lost her child, and she could never get her back. And Tiera's 6-year-old daughter has now had to go without a mother. Unfortunately, this was unfortunate for Tiera, and I am so sorry that Tiera had to go through this type of drama, this type of unnecessary violence towards her on her own. You guys, let's keep Tiera's family in prayer and let's be careful about our surroundings. You guys, I appreciate the new subscribers. Don't forget to like, comment, and definitely subscribe to my channel. I upload videos every week, you guys. So don't forget to join our family. Peace.